Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European Indices for Tuesday, December the 13th. Just starting with the SP500. This is the futures market here, the December contract. So we're looking down as 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave for wave 1 or wave A, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for A, and A, B, C for B, and then 5 waves moving up here for wave C of B or 2, and then move down. So we're looking for a bit of a movement up here in the next session and then a move down at that point. Okay, so that should give us a bit of an idea on how things are looking for the European markets as well. So with that said, and to support that move too, the US dollar index will be moving, should be pushing to the upside, and we'll look at that as well in a moment. This is the Vanguard ETF here. And this is a daily chart here. We've looked at this once or twice before, and it's a daily chart. It's a little bit clean. And I was thinking, if you just want to follow me for a moment, as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 at this point here, we could also put wave 1 just here as well and look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2. It won't make a lot of difference at this point. It'll still leave another wave to the upside, because the third wave here would be wave 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So the third wave here, I'll go back and check this, so it's not a big deal at this point, but it does make this here an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave at this point. But we're looking at it in more of an impulse wave in terms of either wave 1 or wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, but the third wave is nice and strong here, so it's playing out nicely as a third wave here, you know. So if that is the top of a third wave here, and we've got this move coming down here for this, then we'll see a rally here in line with the S&P 500, as I just mentioned, in that short-term rally, and then we would see another move down at this point. This is the fourth wave of 1 lesser degree, and also the 38.2% retracement level at this stage. So yeah, a little move up here and then down again would be in line with what I've just mentioned here, with this rally coming up into this for the S&P, and the push down here would be in line with the US dollar index pushing higher. So yeah, a very nice third wave in this section for this market. Now, this is the DAX here, so it's a little bit messy, and I'm not sure the best way to count it. I've had as wave 3 here. I could possibly put wave 3 over here as well. So there's a variety of ways to count this, but all I was thinking is that if I follow the S&P, I would see a move up here and then a move down again, and then we could move up from that point. So that's what I'm sort of thinking at this point. Yeah, I mean, I could put this wave 4 here for this point, but I think we're going to be pushing up here a little bit further. So in one way or another, the other point too that it could make is I could put wave C over here and wave 4 here, but then I just don't think that's going to line up very nicely with everything else. So I think this is sort of where we're at here at the moment. So possibly an A and a B and a C wave to here for wave 4 already done, and then wave 1 and 2 here and pushing up. But I would only, you can obviously trade long here and move further up here. But to call the low in as wave 4 here, I could only do that if I found the 500, the 14,500 as a nice tested support with a classic trading levels pattern, looking for the first high above the level and so on at that point. So yeah, this is a little bit messy to count, but taking everything into consideration, I think that a rally to the upside and then a move down is what we're looking at for this market. And then that would also translate into the same for the Eurostock here as well, an ABC pushing to the upside here a bit further and then a move down. We could also look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here with an ABC for 4 and then down for 5. But I have to say, a lot of the markets around the world, and funny enough, the Asian markets, the Australian market, in fact, kind of works quite nicely with the FTSE and the DAX and the rest of that European side of things as well. And it's very clear from the Australian market that we do have 5 waves down here as well. So in all cases around the world, we're looking for a rally here, and US stocks, in terms of meta platforms and Tesla, we're also looking for 3-wave moves to the upside for this as well. Not that interested. Day traders can, poke around with this to the upside here a little bit, but yeah, we can take a closer look at this move to the downside when that comes. And this will be the same for the FTSE here as well. It's also got the same patterns as the other markets. We can see that the stochastics has been sort of down here, almost flatlining now, so we should see that pop up in the next section, in this next session, but also further down at this point would be probably the case as well. If I see a long trade setup, because this is the A wave, the B wave and the C wave here, and we're done and dusted and we're going to be moving up, well then if we do get 5 waves up here, then we'll buy the pullback and we'll move into it at this point. But otherwise we just need to be a little bit careful, especially if we are in wave forwards. So we'll just take that on board here for the moment. So nothing really to write home about and trade at this point. Now, this is the US dollar index here, and what we've been looking at, this is pretty much in reverse. So we've had this as wave 3 here for a while now, and we're looking at this as wave A and then an ABC here, and then pushing up here. So once this pushes up here, then we'll see the indices push down, and we'll also see the other pairs, the pound and the euro push down at that point. But it's always gathering the evidence and then confirming that. So we've got this as an ABC, but that's not an ABC until this top gets taken out here. So if that's breached, then you'll know that we can look at this as an ABC pattern. And it's important because once that pushes up through here a little bit, then we know that it's corrective, and if it's corrective, we know that this top will be taken out. So then it's likely to look at this here as wave 1, 2, 3, maybe even a triangle in here, but we'll just say an ABC for wave 4 here, and then up for wave 5. So a 5-wave structure here, a little bit dodgy, but no more dodgy than some other folks that I know. And so this is not probably an ABC here, not a very good ABC as well. So it's not the best looking thing, but we also have a little bit of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. So a pull back into this space and then a push up. So look, I mean, look, the pennies could fall in any order. So all I can say here is this number here, the 105, is the number that we're looking for support, because if we get tested support on that, then you know that the pound will push down. The indices we looked at will just push down as well. So it's kind of, keep an eye on this. It'll be a little bit of a torch in the dark for us to work with. Yeah, so that's where that is at the moment. So if this does find support on this level here, right, if this actually just pushes up here, then we're going to see the euro here push down in line with the DAX and the other markets. I mean, it's got fantastic support here at the moment and just wants to go up. I can see that, but we'll just give it a bit of time because we need to eliminate this particular count. If this top here is taken out, then you can look to be long at that point, but I wouldn't overdo it either at this stage. But we do have a nice, I mean, this is corrective here, so it's possible for this market to take out this top here based on this being corrective here. At the same time, though, we were looking for an A and a B and a C wave here. We've got that. We haven't taken this top out here just yet. Can we count that down as 5 waves? Well, it's a little bit like counting this up here as 5 waves in here, isn't it? It's doable, pushing the envelope a little bit, all of those sort of things. But anyway, I've said my piece. If this US dollar pushes up from this low here, pushes up, even just one push up here, that will, you know, in the meantime, this can rally a little bit here, but, you know, as a counter trend. But let's see if it pushes down at that point. That's that's the direction. I mean, I can see there's plenty of strength here. I mean, normally I'd be looking to go long, sort of looking for long trades here. Then we can do that above here, or you could go on 1.055 if you got a classic trading levels pattern on top of that number there, then you could look to go long at that point, but you'd need a classic trading levels pattern at that point, because that would be above the 50% retracement level from the high to the low here roughly. So that's where that is, and the pound would be the same as well. Everything is pointing up. I understand that. We were looking for an A and a B and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to this top here. We've got that. We could possibly get 5 waves out of this here. We can see that it's struggling to move up here. I mean, everything's wanting it to move up. But as long as this top here stays in place, then we'll be good to go at this point. But then we also need to be careful too about going long here, because you know, what happens if this is 1, 2, 3, 4 here and then goes up for 5 here and then rolls over at this point. So yeah, a bit of a rock and a hard place here at the moment for all of this. I know the trouble with counting this up here is this little bit in here really. That's where we can, well, there's not just that, there's this here as well. There's a couple of weak spots in the count here for sure. So I just need to be a little bit careful. It all just pivots back to this US dollar index here from this low here, just pulling back into the 61.8%. So we can take this low here and this high here, pulling back into this little area here. While this is pulling back into this area here, then the other little market, the other markets can be pushing up a bit further. But just be careful about this pulling back here and then pushing up at that point, okay? Because that will be, this will be the, you know, this is the core of it all at this particular point in time. So just be a little bit careful about these particular tops here. We're still looking, I mean, these should follow, you know, these currencies should follow the indices, you know. That's so I think we're on the right track. It just doesn't look, what I'm talking about doesn't look right. So I understand if you're sort of scratching your head and rolling your eyes at me again. That's I sort of expect that. So we're heading against the wind here a little bit, but I think the answer lies in this here. It, like, for example, if this just dropped below here, then you know, we've got some more complicated sort of situation here, and yeah, anyway, we'll see how that goes. So anyway, a push up here, a push down and a push up here, then you know that we're on the right track. Okay, that will be about the best I can do at this point with this. Alrighty, so I'll just clear this up here. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.